Hey, I'm glad you're here. My name is Patrick Dominguez, and in this video, you'll learn how to configure Unifi Controller 7.0.22 UDM-Pro security settings. If you find this tutorial helpful, please do me a favor and click on that share, like, and subscribe button. If you would like to follow along, the link to this tutorial will be in the description below. So in this tutorial, there are some key definitions that you'll need to know. So with Geoip filtering, this is a practice where you can block traffic from incoming countries and traffic from your internal network going out to those specific countries. This can help you combat malware trying to speak to other IP addresses in different countries, right? So that is kind of helpful. Two different things here with intrusion prevention, IPS, and intrusion detection, IDS. The key differences between these two are that IPS will automatically block anomalies for you, while IDS will only alert you of anomalies or issues on the network. We will be configuring IPS and unblocking any traffic that the UDM-Pro feels that is an issue. With deep packet inspection, your UDM-Pro will try to identify malicious intent within the packets and blocking traffic as needed. The Unifi endpoint scanner will scan your network for any devices that have open ports on the network. So it'll keep a log and provide you information of ports that are currently open that you may find a little fishy, and you can then remediate those problems if it is a problem. Honeypots. Honeypots are pretty cool. So you can create a honeypot for every LAN that you have. This will allow you to mimic a computer on the network, a server on the network with a variety of open ports. Then you can keep track of any anomalies going on the network, like a hacker maybe trying to intrude into a device on the network. Having this honeypot will make it that much easier to detect if somebody's maliciously doing something on your network. DNS filtering, or known as content filtering. There are two options, which is work or home. We'll be configuring that as well, and whatever is appropriate to you, you'll apply. Device isolation only works with your Unifi SSIDs. This will be great for IOT networks and guest networks. It will basically prevent users from seeing each other. Okay, so after that rundown, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and make sure that your controller's on version 7.0.22. Log into your UDM-Pro. I'm already on the dashboard, so I'm set and ready to go. Go ahead and click on Settings. Afterwards, click on Firewall and Security. The first option here is Country Restriction. I'm going to block specific countries. Yes, I do want both directions, and I am going to block China, North Korea, and for some due diligence, let's just do Russia. And you can see here, the three countries are applied. For threat management, this is your IDS. Detect only is your IDS. Detect and block is your IPS. We're going to select IPS. Now, when enabling all of these security features, you are going to see a throughput issue. It's not that big of a deal. The benefits outweigh, the speed. I have gigabit internet over here, and I'm still seeing around 800 megabits per second. Next, you'll want to change your system sensitivity. This is the threat categories that you'll be presented with. Now, you can also edit the threat categories, but go ahead, stick that to high. This will block malware, any sort of injections, and different types of anomalies on your network. We'll want to check dark web blocker. and malicious website blocker. So if we so happen to have an end user that goes to a malicious website, it will block that website from being accessed. And now we'll want to scroll down a few, locate internal honeypot, and check that to enable it. Afterwards, you'd click on create a honeypot. You can select the networks that you have to create a honeypot for each. You'll give that honeypot a static IP address, and this static IP address should be outside your DHCP scope so you don't run into any issues in the future with conflicting devices trying to obtain an address, right? I already have a few set up there. Now you can go ahead and click apply changes. So let's go ahead and move forward with configuring content filtering. You'd want to click on settings, but we were already there. Now you can click on networks, locate the network that you want to apply content filtering to. I want my IOT network to have content filtering, and scroll down until you locate content filtering. Now here, you'd select whatever suits you best for your environment. Since I utilize VPN, I'm not going to choose family because that blocks VPN access. I'm just going to choose work, and that will do the trick for me here. Now to configure device isolation, we're going to go into Wi-Fi, select either your guest Wi-Fi or your IOT SSID. Scroll down until you find client device isolation and click on that checkbox. And afterwards, click apply changes. So that was pretty simple. You have your basics on configuring your UDM-Pro's security settings. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below and I'll reach out to you as quickly as I can. Thank you.